Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going on an adventure to a super famous and powerful mountain in America called Mount St. Helens. Imagine a giant, sleeping giant. That's kind of what a volcano is. And right now, scientists are watching this giant very, very closely. Why? Because something exciting and a little bit spooky is happening deep underneath it. So, what is Mount St. Helens? It's not just any mountain. It's an active volcano. Think of it like a giant bottle of soda that's been shaken up. Deep inside the earth, it's super hot. Hot enough to melt rock into a thick, gooey liquid called magma. This magma is like the fizzy soda, and it's full of gases like the bubbles in your drink. When the pressure builds up, a volcano can erupt, just like when you open that shaken soda bottle and it sprays everywhere. Back in 1980, long before many of you were born, Mount St. Helens had a huge eruption. It was so powerful that it blew the entire top and one side of the mountain clean off. It changed the land for miles around. Since then, the volcano has been pretty quiet, kind of like it's taking a long nap. But here's the cool part. Scientists, who are like volcano detectives, have noticed it's starting to stir in its sleep. These volcano detectives use special tools to listen to the mountain's heartbeat and take its temperature. One of their most important tools is called a seismometer. It's like a super-sensitive ear that can hear tiny rumbles and shakes deep inside the earth, called earthquakes. Recently, they've been hearing a lot more of these tiny rumbles under Mount St. Helens. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of tiny quakes every month. Now don't worry. These aren't the big scary earthquakes you might feel. Most are so small you wouldn't even notice them if you were standing right on the mountain. But to the scientists, these little rumbles are like messages from deep underground. They tell them that something is moving. So what's moving? It's magma. The volcano detectives believe that a fresh batch of gooey, hot magma is slowly rising up from deep within the earth and starting to fill up the pantry under the volcano. This pantry is called a magma chamber. Think of it like a giant underground cave full of melted rock. As new magma pushes its way in, it breaks little bits of rock along the way, and that's what causes all those tiny earthquakes. It's like the sound of someone slowly and carefully stocking shelves in a storeroom. The scientists are calling this process recharging. The volcano is basically getting a refill of its magma supply. It's like charging a giant battery for a future event. The quakes are happening in a specific pattern, almost like a drum beat. They start deep, around 5 miles under the surface, and seem to be moving upwards. This gives us a clue about the path the magma is taking. Does this mean Mount St. Helens is about to blow its top again like it did in 1980? The experts say, not so fast. They want to make it super clear that this does not mean an eruption is going to happen tomorrow, or next week, or even next year. This recharging process can take a very, very long time. It could take many years or even decades for the magma chamber to fill up enough to cause another eruption. The volcano is in no hurry. Think of it like blowing up a giant balloon. Each puff of air makes the balloon a little bigger, but it takes a lot of puffs before it's ready to pop. The magma rising now is like one of those early puffs. The scientists are watching to see how fast the balloon is inflating. They're using other tools too, like GPS stations that can measure if the mountain itself is starting to bulge or swell, even by a tiny amount. They also check the gases coming out of the volcano, which can also give clues about what the magma is doing. This is actually a fantastic opportunity for science. By watching the volcano recharge in real time, scientists can learn so much about how volcanoes work. It's like getting a peek inside the secret instruction manual for planet Earth. Everything they learn from Mount St. Helens can help them understand other volcanoes all around the world and help keep people safe. The team at the Cascades Volcano Observatory is on the job 24/7. They are the guardians of the volcano, and they've set up an amazing warning system. If the signs start to point towards a possible eruption, like if the earthquakes get stronger and closer to the surface or the ground starts to bulge more quickly, they will let everyone know way ahead of time. They have different alert levels, kind of like a traffic light system, to tell everyone how active the volcano is. Right now we're on green, which means everything is normal for an active volcano. So the big message is, Mount St. Helens is waking up. But it's a very slow, sleepy kind of waking up. It's stretching and yawning after a long nap. It's not jumping out of bed just yet. For us, it's a fascinating reminder of how alive our planet is, with incredible forces at work right under our feet. It's a real-life science lesson happening right now, showing us the power and patience of nature. We'll keep an eye on what the volcano detectives are saying and bring you any cool updates. It's pretty amazing to think about that giant, underground chamber of melted rock slowly filling up, isn't it? Thanks so much for joining our science adventure today. If you thought this was cool and you learned something new, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss our next exploration. See you next time.